What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Hopefully you guys are doing good today. I know it's been a little bit. I've been taking a little break from kind of YouTube-ish because just been busy with tournaments. Last night actually my team actually won Mobile Mayhem, which was a $1,800 tournament. So we've been really focusing on the grind and just competitiveness. But we have another YouTube video, basically a how-to scrim video, episode 3. I know these types of videos are really like, people like them, right? So hopefully you guys do learn something. It also helps me learn because basically I get to watch myself play back basically. And this is gonna be episode 3. The main key points in this episode will be about positioning and how you position yourself in gunfights, knowing where your teammates are. And I have a perfect clip explaining and showing you guys, not really explaining, but just me playing my positioning really well, my repositioning very well, my finding those right angles and peaks to get those kills, and just overall great gameplay. With that being said, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure if you guys do, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the video. All right, what's up, guys? We're back, and we're gonna get straight to this video. So, we're gonna get some. So what we'll do is we'll do a full, not really a full watch yet. We'll do a explanation watch first, where it's me pausing throughout the clips and throughout the gameplay just to talk about it. And then we'll get into the full run through at the end, where you guys can see. Well, I'm gonna explain it first, and then you guys will see at the end how it fully runs through. So after I'm done explaining everything, we'll watch the full run through all together. And yeah. So first off, we have to skip back just a little bit. So I'll give you guys a little of a, not really prefix. Prefix? Give you guys a little background basically of what's happening here. So let's just go back a little bit. So my team has Hill. So this actually this is kind of old, but still great content. It is still old, but at the end of the day, not really content is content, but gameplay is gameplay, right? Metas change, guns change. But the thing about Battle Royale that never changes is the fundamentals. The fundamentals, which is positioning, repositioning, playing angles, holding spots, holding hills, and playing as a team, right? And that's one of the things that never changes about Battle Royale. With that being said, this is why this is such a great clip. It's something that I've really kept, and I've always kept in my library or in my old folders where I have like all my scrims basically, where I can basically just whenever I want to, I can just rewatch this, right? And understand, okay, this is what I did good, and this is what I have to like work on basically. With that being said, we're going to get into it. My team is holding Hill.
Yeah, there's two of them.
We give up Hill.
Watch out, chopper.
My team's holding Hill. We give up Hill to get drop. Blues grabs the last drop. I meet up with him. I didn't know he got the last drop. The only reason here is because I wanted to be with him. Basically, that's why I went to the drop, just so that we're together, not really split up. Basically, I give up Hill basically, and I just played with him. Right, that's something that you can usually do sometimes. Usually it's pretty good to, especially because we knew that there was a chopper above us as well. It's good to give up that hill so that the chopper has a different sight and basically give different angles. So let's put into picture this, right? So imagine if there's two people on the top hill, right? Two people on the top hill, which is nuclear hill. There's a chopper above. They land on the two people, and there's two people, which is me and Blues, on the opposite sides of the hill. Not opposite sides of the hill, let's say that, but kind of relatively close to the hill, but not directly on top of the hill, right? Chopper lands on top hill, which is 4 players that lands on top hill. Me and Blues are not top hill, but we can get to top hill and help out top hill pretty quickly, right? If we wanted to run up to top hill. So what my thought process is to basically split up and dominate kind of thing, right? Because let's say this, 4 people land on my 2 teammates top. My 2 teammates jump off the hill so they don't get knocked. So now the team has top hill. Me and Blues are unknown. Unknown basically means that they don't know where me and Blues are yet, right? And with that being said, we have the advantage of a surprise attack, which basically means that we can flank the hill without them knowing that we're there, and we could get 1 or 2 knocks, set up and set up an opening for the push, right? Because my two teammates have jumped off the hill, right? They're still snowboards. We have snowboards, so we can just snowboard back up the hill with my two teammates can snowboard back up the hill with one player knocked on the heli team, right? Um, and then basically now it's a 4v3, us pushing the top hill, right? We give up the hill to retake it back. If you understand that, right? It's basically sacrificing a pawn to take out the queen. If you guys play chess, if you guys understand that. We sacrifice our hill to give myself and blues an opening to take one out, and then that's when our team converges and retakes the hill, right? And that's something that it's a pretty high skill technique and it's very demanding of a team play, right? You have to be a very, very solidly fundamental team and have great communication to be able to do plays like that, to basically, two stay top hill, chopper lands top hill, two jump off top hill, two at the drop or split from top hill, right? The two at the bottom hill or whatever it is, that's already there, but not on top hill. They flank top hill, get one, right? Play back, let the other two flank again. The two who was already on top hill that jumped off, let them flank again. And then we play for the 4v3 top hill. We push top hill with the 4v3. It's so obviously, it sounds really complicating, right? It sounds very complicating, but the more you play BR, the more you get the hang of these common sense plays, right? And logical plays. And that's the one of the things that I love about Battle Royale is that everything is kind of logical. It's very logical. It's just straight logic, right? And yeah, so we'll keep on going through this. Watch out. They're looking at it. The chopper's looking at it. Chopper's looking at it. They want us. Yeah, they're so chopper lands on top hill. Our teammates give up top hill, right?
We
jump off top hill. We snowboard away basically. And right. So this is what I do, right? So the chopper lands top hill. I already look to snowboard away because I'm kind of already exposed at the drop and they're already in the sky. So I could have got landed at the drop, right? And that's not my bad. But right here where I hop off my snowboard and pop Trickster. So what I'm doing right here, you guys can probably understand what I'm doing if you guys do play competitive, is that my teammates are behind me. I'm like basically first person out right now, right? I'm the first guy on the snowboard. I'm the first guy like kind of away from this fight, right? And what I was doing there was basically providing cover for my teammates to snowboard out without getting shot at off their snowboards, right? Because I know that my teammates are behind me for like a few seconds. What I can do is, if I'm in front of them, right, I know that my teammates who are behind me are going to get landed on, probably, most likely, right? Because they're the people closest to the hill, right? And with that being said, if I'm the first person leaving already, my goal is now to cover my teammates to help them leave as well, right? So that's why I hop off my snowboard, turn around 180, and start shooting at the guy that's trying to shoot at my teammate or trying to land on my teammate. And I pop my tricksters just to provide a little bit more, cover fire, a little bit more distraction, basically, so that they can focus on me and not on my teammates who are trying to snowboard away. You understand that? Okay, let's keep going. And now that I provide a little bit of cover, I basically, get out, right? That's all we needed to do. I needed to shoot a little bit and just get out of there, right? A little bit of cover fire. You don't want to stay too long, because the reason why I don't want to stay too long is that now then the target could be switched to me very quickly, right? They can start targeting my teammate, and then easily 2 of them or 3 of them can just look at me in my direction while I'm shooting at him, and they can start shooting at me, and I could get beamed off, and I could get beamed and get knocked. So it's very quick, right? Very quick. I want to take a few shots, take the attention off my teammate snowboarding, right? And then with that attention off him, I can get out, as well as my teammate can get out as well. Because snowboarding, it's very quick, especially in the snow like this. It's very quick. You can snowboard around very quickly. Obviously, this is the old version, but still, snowboards can be pretty quick. You might have to stay a little bit longer in this newer version of the game, which is obviously, snowboards are a lot slower. But yeah, like that I said, just very quick. You have to think about it very quickly and make that read and make that play.
Are they top though?
Yeah,
they're top here.
So what I do now is I again reposition to support my teammates. Right, Scopex is trying to snowboard away. I see a guy shoot. I hear the shots before. Actually, it's not that I see the shots; it's that I hear the shots. I hear someone shooting, and it's top hill shooting at somebody. So I reposition again and look for top hill again, right? And then I lag out, which is just unfortunate, but it's okay. So I do lag out for a few seconds here, so we have to skip through it a little bit. Which is we'll say around here. So Rose gets a knock. Oh my god, wow, this happened very quickly. Holy. So I actually did lag out. I lagged out the game completely. Which I had like 200 ms. If you guys see on the right side, it's 117 ms. I lagged out the game completely. And with me lagging out, two of my teammates got knocked. Which is really unfortunate because I lagged out. But it's okay. So now it's basically a 2v4 with me and Rose, right? Alonzo gets one, or Rose gets one knocked, right? So now it's gonna be a 2v3 for me and Rose.
I was trying to get right now. I don't know where the guy come behind me comes from. There's two on scope X,
So right there, what I did right there, it's kind of a not really a high skill technique, but it's a very easy thing to do, which is I hear the shots. I'm a snowboarder. I can gather information and gather very quickly with my snowboard. So I hear Blues talking, saying that there's two on Scope X, right? Which is Scope X is dead. His tag is there, right? I snowboard through and look up, right? As you can see right there, I look to my left as I'm snowboarding. I'm not looking straight. I'm actually using my thumb to actually swipe my screen a little bit left so I can see the vision on the hill while I snowboard through. And then with me gathering that information, I actually make a play off that information, right? Which is right here. I hop off my snowboard. I know they're in the open. I take a ridge angle, basically on the hill kind of, a little bit above, right? And now I have a position to shoot at them. You understand that, right? Blues makes a call, there's two on Scope X. I snowboard through towards Scope X's tag, look at where they are, and then take an angle based off of where they are, which is this angle.
Yeah, they're going back up. Nice. No one on you. HS. Nice.
And with that being said, I get a 2-piece because of my positioning. It wasn't because of my aim, my skill. Just based off my positioning, I get 2 knocks. In Battle Royale, when it gets to the higher tier levels, it's all about positioning now. It's not about that skill. It's not about that raw aim, raw talent, raw skill. It's about that position that you give yourself to basically let your skill pour through. I give myself a ridge. I have confidence in my AK aim, which basically, you know, I can hit my shots, especially if the guy's in the open, like he was top hill. I hop off snowboard. I shoot him while he's in the open, basically. I know that there's one more pushing me because I saw 2, and this other guy was really close, right? So as soon as I get my knock, I instantly switch to QXR, which is my SMG secondary. And that enables me to get a 2-piece.
Yeah, they're going back up. Nice. Another one on you. HS. Nice. One more.
Okay, tag, just play your life.
We have a minute.
And off of me getting that 2-piece, I get tags for free. No contest, nothing. I get tags for free. Both tags, perfectly, just like that.
There's over 300, but on the crate.
Trash internet, bro. Yeah, my internet was being really, really bad.
I picked up WcK. I don't know who's.
It's mine.
Okay.
So what I do here is that I reposition myself in a position where I can still see kind of top hill, but not for top hill to see me, right? I'm not taking top hill. I'm not taking the top hill where I killed those 2 people, but I'm taking a lot more steps backwards, playing a little bit more back, right? By rotating all the way down towards bottom hill kind of, but still taking a ridge angle. And off this ridge angle, I can scout top hill. Right? Like this. Right? Off of this ridge angle that I got myself a way back, I can scout top hill without top hill knowing, or the last guy knowing where I am. Because Rose got that first knock. I get 2. Now it's a 2v1 on the last guy who's most likely top hill. Right? And with this positioning, I can let my teammate know, which is Rose, number 1 here, if he's going for tags, if he's going to grab those tags, right? I have tags right now. I'm just chilling. All I need to do is just sit now, watch the team top hill, and see what happens, right? My goal now is just a scout.
He took top. Yeah. No.
Long shot.
It's another team.
Oh, it's another team?
Oh
Fuck,
my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
Rose, you're dead.
And then another team actually lands on the team that we were just fighting. So we can actually get third partied. With obviously top hill actually gets third partied. But the thing about this third party is that we were really quick about leaving, right? As you saw my positioning, as soon as I got 1-2, I get tags 1-2, and then I'm out of there, right? I'm not going back there. And that's the thing about fights, especially in the competitive scene. The third partying is is like I say 75% of the reason why most teams actually die in this game in competitive and scrims is because of third partying, right? The ability for a team to have a chopper, hearing shots, jumping out the chopper and just landing on you is so frequent and it's just so common that you have to be able to adapt and put that in your mind that at any possible time during a fight, you could get landed on by a different team. Through airborne, through chopper, even getting pulled up on by an ORV or even a muscle car. It's so common. And that's something you always have to keep in mind, especially as a competitive player. So speaking to all my competitive players, or even players who just play casually in pubs, right? There's always a chance of a third party via chopper, airborne, ORV, and just vehicles in general. There's always that chance of a third party. So keep that in mind that you have to be very fast, plus vigilant about your surroundings, especially during a fight, because the chance of a third party is very high, especially if you're shooting, obviously if you're fighting, right? Especially if the fight's really drawn out and long.
No, I'm not.
We can't run on our ship though now. That's kind of sad.
So right, what I do right here is that I know that top hill lands there, and I have a great angle to shoot at these people for free. I have a ridge head glitch. I have grenades I'm throwing right as soon as before they even land. I threw those nades at them, right? So I have a ridge head glitch that basically gives me a spot to where I can shoot at them, but not get shot back at very easily, right? I'm not in the open pushing. I'm not in the open. I'm not on a tree. I'm on a ridge, right? And with this bridge, it's basically like this, right? They really can't see me because they can only see my head, right? Up my head and above. But I can see their whole body. And that's why ridges and head glitches are just like we talked about in episode number 1. Ridges and head glitches is, I think it was episode 1 or 2. I'm not sure what one it was, but I was talking about head glitches and ridges. And if you, go check out the other episodes if you want to go see what I was talking about. But very frequently, that most people, obviously, like I said, I say 75% of the fights that you win are because of your positioning, right? Not even about your gun skill. It's about your positioning. If you position yourself well, you get those kills without even having good gun skill. But yeah, so I position myself here. I take a few shots at them. I see one guy left rock, and I see a guy right here, which is looting in the box, right? So
Teacher's dead.
Ow! That guy, I don't even understand. Like comment in chat if you guys think that guy was like at least like just comment in chat like how did I not knock him? Like explanation, please.
Oh, dude. Green tag.
Like I put somebody. I was even questioning how I didn't knock him myself in this game. Anyways,
Yep.
So what I'm doing now is what I'm also doing in this position is that I'm not only doing damage to the team that actually landed on top hill, but I'm also trying my best to clear a path, so to say, clear a spot. So I know that my teammates are dead here, right? One died. Let me just pull up my mark. So one died right here, which is Scopex. Blues is up here. I killed one here and I killed one here. So most of the loot is in this area, and my goal is to clear this area. So I'm looking at everything above, sides, everything. right? And that's my vision right now. My vision is to clear this area so that my teammates who are on revive flight, just up here, right? My two teammates who are on revive flight, they can come back and get some loot. They can come back and get some loot, right? And obviously the loot that they want is their own loot, which is, you know, box and box. What they want is that loot. So my goal is to basically give them the option to land back. So what I'm doing is clearing a path and clearing this area out so that my teammates can come back and grab their loot.
That's he's
Knock.
Nice. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you now.
Those are the.
Play smart. Play
those are
smart.
the
Play
first
smart.
knock,
Stay alive. Stay alive. Be there in a bit. So what also happens is that my teammate Rose actually rotates around the hill to where it was first, or where we were first at, gets a knock on the team top hill, which is the helicopter team. Well, not the first helicopter team, but the second helicopter team, right? And what I have to do now is I have to rotate towards him and try to support him as much as possible. Obviously, there was no call and no comms that he was rotating and going for that flank, but in situations where you're in fight, it's like mayhem, everything's happening at the same time. You can't expect perfect comms, right? You have to work off your own awareness and your own vision. Plus, be able to have that own self-sufficiency yourself, right? He didn't need to make that comm that he was flanking, and he still gets the knock. He doesn't need my help to get that first knock. What he needs now is that when the team converges and goes for the trade on him as soon as he gets the knock, my goal is to try to help him as much as possible before he actually gets traded out. He'll probably be able to get away with the snowboard though. So
No.
Oh, there's somebody right here.
It's another team.
Yeah.
you good?
I got it. Don't go. No. Yeah.
So yeah. So I say, are you good? Everything's all right. I can now refocus back to the attention of my teammate wants their loot. I go back to that same spot, not really the same spot because you obviously don't want to go to the same spot back twice and peek from the same spot twice, but you want to be able to. I still have vision, and let's see what the spot is. Let's see the spot that I take here. I lasered up kid up here.
He killed.
Yeah, I knocked the guy top. I knocked the guy top.
Bros, kill the guy that you let you.
So, right there, you guys saw what happened, right? If you guys didn't really see, there was a guy to the left that jumped from the rock, and there was a guy that jumped directly towards me. You guys may say, "Oh wow, son, you could have got that knock on that first guy so easily, man," right? But at the cost of what? Right? That's what you think about. At the cost of what? I could get the first knock on that first guy, or the guy that jumped towards me very easily, instantly, probably instantaneously. But at the cost of while me shooting at him, his teammate from the side or from his teammate at the rock who actually jumped off towards me, can just shoot at me back while I'm shooting at the guy who's jumping towards me, right? So that was the cost. If I got one, I would have got knocked. Right? If I killed the guy jumping towards me, I would have got knocked from the guy behind him. And that's why I didn't shoot at it. Obviously, it happened very, very quickly, and that I made up my mind very quickly, right? And that's just because I'm just aware. I'm just very. It's obviously throughout the times I've been playing this game for over a year and a half now. So it's like I can make those decision calls and those plays very quickly and make up my mind very, very quickly. That okay, there's one, there's two. I see one jumping at me. I can shoot at him. But if I shoot at him, the guy behind him is gonna shoot at me. So I was like, okay, few shots, back up instantly, gone, right? And now I snowboard away. There's two guys top on Scopex and Blues' loot right now. But the thing about this also is that I never actually fully snowboard away. I still want to play for the loot, right? You never want to lose vision of those players, right? So I snowboard again away, kind of away, but just reposition myself to a spot to where I can shoot at the guy's top hill. Right? Just trying to. Once again, I reposition to a spot where I can shoot at another ridge, right? Another ridge right here, another ridge. I take poke shots at them, right? Do damage. Do damage to them right now.
Unless you want to risk death.
I'll go for the main. Oh, this is people revive flight on main.
Bro, why am I ghost touching?
And once again, a reposition again. I don't have shots on another guy. Well, I do shots from my angle at one guy, right? He's not peeking him anymore. So what I do now is I rotate again. I keep on rotating. It's about moving. It's moving pieces, right? As soon as you shoot from one place, you might get a few shots, you might get even a knock. what you want to do right away is you either from the position that you got the knock at, you push that position towards the knock person, or you reposition from that position. So let's draw it out for you guys for all the visual learners out there. So imagine this. I get a knock at tree. I get a knock at tree towards one guy top hill. I have one or two options. So option number one is I push, right? I push from tree to knock. Beeline. Not really beeline, but I push in a smart way to where I can also see where the next guy's going to be coming or going to be going for the res. Or I reposition. Number two. Repose. I'm not going to really reposition. I reposition from tree, right? From tree. And this is without a knock. Or actually no, this is from the knock. Let's put in the scenario that I got a knock from tree, okay? I either push from tree to knock, or I push from tree to a different spot. I reposition myself to a different spot to basically give myself so now you may ask, where do you reposition from tree after you get the knock? So what you want to do usually in this situation is that you want to reposition yourself in a spot where you can thirst your knock, right? So one of two things: you either push off knock or you reposition to thirst knock. And that's something that is also a very, you throughout the games you understand where I knock the guy, where I can reposition now to get that knock or get that thirst off, right? Let's just delete this. So what I do is I do a few shots. In this situation, I do a few shots from tree or from that big rock to my right. Guy backs away, so I reposition. I start throwing nades, right? My teammate wants to come back. I start throwing nades at top hill to try to do as much of a damage as I can to basically force them off the loot so that my teammates can land here. So right now, my goal is to clear a spot for them to land.
Yes, you can.
There's a right flag going for that.
I knocked one on your loot. Knocked one on your
So
loot.
there you go. I get a knock on their loot, right? Boom. One knock. Let's see what happens next.
So many people on our bodies, bro. There's a full team.
Nice. Above, SuN, above. Top.
Yeah, I'm just playing a head right
Hit
now.
once. Knocked.
Nice, beautiful, beautiful. I'm looking for a
There we go.
push now.
There we go. Two knocks I push. Off of two knocks I push. I know that Rose is there to cover me while I push. And obviously he was there to get that knock as well on the guy top hill. Right off the so that's two people knocked now. I knock one, Rose knocks one. Now my teammates have a clear spot for loot plus my cover of me pushing to top hill. Right? So as soon as my teammates come back to land on their loot, my goal is to be at top hill before they land at their loot. The reason why is because if a team were to see the revive lights in the sky and were to think about pushing them, where would they push? They would push top hill most likely, right? So my goal is to be top hill before they land or while they're in the air towards their loot.
There's an
playing that
RV next to
Yeah,
you.
that's their ORV.
I also throw smokes as well to cover my push, plus give a little bit more cover for my teammates as well to loot their box, right? That smoke is for me to basically say, okay, left side is clear. With that nade, that smoke clears out my left side and lets me only focus on right side now. Because through left side, they can't shoot me because of the smoke. So my vision is now onto the right side rock and in between chopper and top hill here.
I have an AK with 4 bullets.
One guy's snowboarding out.
I call it the guy snowboarding out.
I'm pushing the guy top that you knocked right now.
I think he went
I push top hill, right?
down.
And now I take top hill. And as you can tell here, top hill is getting naded by a different team. Actually, we don't know that this is a different team just yet, though. But it actually is a different team pushing in. So let's see how this plays out, actually.
This guy is going down now.
I got concussion.
Knocked one.
Nice. Different team.
Knocked two.
Okay. So, I get 2 off of my life. And that's a 2-to-1 trade. And that's a very worth it trade. Very, very worth it trade. The reason why it's worth it is that now because it buys time for my teammates to loot. Plus, it buys time for Rose to take top hill as well. Right? So, I get 1. I get 2. I get trade out in the back. I say this is a worth it fight, or worth it knock, or worth it or me dying basically, because now it just buys more time. It's now this fight's actually from a 4v2. Let's say from basically a 2v4, because my teammates don't have loot yet, right? They have nothing, right? Their revive plays landing on their boxes, right? So they'll probably be ready in 10-15 seconds. So right now it's basically a 2v4 for top hill with me and Rose. I get 2 knocks, buys time for my teammates to loot while I'm getting those knocks on a different team. This is a different team trying to third party, actually, chat. Different team trying to third party this fight, or third party the loot, or third party the revive place, or we're probably just pushing the revive place, right? They wanted this hill. They knew that there was people up here, so they were pushing it. So with my awareness of pushing top hill, I actually was able to cut these guys off from actually pushing the revive place in my team, right? And that's just a play that should always be made. If your teammates' loot is basically a bottom hill, what your goal is while they land on their loot bottom hill, you want to have top hill control. Same thing for airdrops. If airdrop is top hill, what you want to do before airdrop is that you take top hill before you take the top hill that is above the airdrop, and then from top hill you go airdrop and then leave. Right? You clear out top hill, you take airdrop, then you dip. That's how it should always be. That's how it should always be before a drop. Right? So now my teammate Rose has top hill. There's 2 left in this team, which is Raze. And let's see how they play it.
2 on my body. 2 on my body. He's playing below the ridge.
Chopper before it kills me. Like...
Scope, I just jumped on
On
one.
you, scope on you.
There's one more. There's gonna be one more above you. To your right, Rose. Bottom right. On scope.
Oh, dude.
Nice damage. That's a knock, actually. Good try.
Close.
Tags 25 seconds. Blues tags.
So, in situations like that, we actually win fight. They leave. We actually won that fight. Obviously, Scopex got knocked by one of the guys. Rose wasn't there fast enough to get the trade, but we actually win this fight, right? And that is why this is such a great clip, right? I feel even if I lose fights, if you lose, even if you win, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, during the fight, if you learn something and you do something well, it's always a good key point to always keep in mind that, okay, yeah, in this fight I did this well, but at the end of the fight I messed up a little bit here, right? But this was a great clip about repositioning and positioning yourself in situations where you're at a deficit, plus when you're at the advantage as well. And hopefully you guys did understand and learn something. Show this. And hopefully you guys did understand and learn something throughout episode 3 here. We'll be doing most of these videos. I have a lot of clips. I just actually have a lot of clips. So we'll be posting out these videos a lot more. Episode 4 and 5 coming out soon. With that being said, hopefully y'all had fun watching this. It was obviously really fun to record because it's just basically me talking and rambling throughout what happens throughout my brain and everything. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this content. If you guys do, make sure you guys do leave a comment. With that being said, hopefully you'll have a great day. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in the next YouTube video.